Goldseekers. This is Tim from Blue Lead Gold Productions. I'm back on the South Yuba. I'm down at Adam's spot today, and I have, oh boy, it's hot too. It's just been blazing hot here recently, about 85 degrees at least out here right now. I've already had one swim in the Yuba to clean off. I'm keeping my usual banker's hours. I got out here, oh, maybe a little after noon, and I've had time to run a few buckets of gravel. Let me show you. I bought a Angus MacKirk sluice, and the real goal for that sluice is that I'm going to use it when I'm up on the North Yuba to just shovel gravels off of the gravel bar there at Petey's place in the Angus MacKirk sluice, and hope it catches the you know, any kind of nuggets that we're shoveling through it. These are kind of sluice that you put them down in the riverways, and they, you know, they just wash gravels through. I think they probably blow out a lot of the fine gold, but if there's something heavy, they catch it. But surprisingly, here at Adam's spot today, it has in fact been catching some fine gold. Here's Jason's little 1 gallon bucket. I'll hold it in my hand for perspective. I don't know if it's even a full gallon. But what I do is I put about 3 or 4 of those loads through the sluice, and then I do a clean out. And this is the last clean out that I got. First 2 weren't all that spectacular. This is clean out number 3 for the day. And take a look at all that gold there. It's not a bad clean out. I've also got a great little panning spot down there. And when I was sitting there panning the last clean out, first somebody's unleashed dog came down and paid me a little visit, but he was friendly, so that was good. And then all of a sudden, about a 2-foot long snake went swimming right by my leg. I don't think rattlesnakes swim, so there was nothing for me to be afeared of. But it did put a bit of a start into me. And actually, there would seem to be a little tiny fish swimming around in my panning spot right now. Check it out there, Goldseekers. We got fish in the panning spot. And oh, incidentally, yes, it's another gorgeous day on the Yuba. Look at just how beautiful this place is. The water was up real high about, 3-4 days ago, because they were releasing water from one of the reservoirs further up. But it's gone down a bit. And hopefully it's going to keep going down. It's really warmed up quite a bit. From bone-chilling cold to very cold. But hopefully we're going to get in it and do some sniping soon. It's getting clear, and certainly the days are getting hot enough for it. Okay, mineral lovers, so one of the questions today was, would the Angus MacKirk catch fine gold? And take a look at that. Plenty of tiny little flakes in that last clean out. It's about 15 minutes since the last time I did a clean out, so I'll do some more. Great news, Goldseekers. I have found the GoPro. It was just kind of buried down in the pack, and we'll celebrate by giving you a underwater view of what it looks like to have the Angus MacKirk sluice working. Seems to be working pretty good. Take a look. We got a nice kind of V action going into the middle of it there, and down here, I mean, if you take a look, these are all tailings. I'm just dumping rocks and gravel that big in. I helped it along a little bit. If the big rocks get stuffed over the riffles, then I'll go ahead and I'll clear those off. But it's been working pretty good. Oh, and incidentally, just check out how ergonomically comfortable this nice warm granite boulder is. I can just sit here, and that's my view. I get to enjoy the river in all of its beauty. So I think I'll do a little bit of smoke offerings to the gods, and then we'll see whether that helps to clean out any. Well, heck yes, Goldseekers. Take a look at all of those pretty flakes in the pan. The Angus MacKirk is in fact catching the fine gold, and take a look at that. We even got a picker out of that last one. Heck yes. Kind of thin, but I'm calling that one a picker. It's definitely a picker. And take a look over here. This is where I've been digging. I just been cleaning out this bedrock catch here, that bedrock catch there, and working on this area right here now. And why did I choose to dig here? Well, because Gary taught me. I said to myself, what would Two Toes do? Well, number one, Two Toes wouldn't be down here. He'd be up metal detected in some hydraulic pit and getting quarter-ounce nuggets. But if Two Toes was down here looking to get some pretty little flakes in a pan like that, he would be looking for these heavier black magnetite type stones. And this area here on the beach is more of a dropout area for these things than other areas there. They're just more sandy. That whole area back there that's sandy. This area had a whole lot of these, you know, heavier black magnetite stones, and because it is all about the gravel, I decided this would be a good place to dig. So let's see, we're going to dig out the rest of this right here, and we're going to see if we get some more gold out of it. Oh, and incidentally, gold seekers, take a look. We are on a little bit of an inside bend here. That's what I think makes all the gravel on Adams Beach here so rich in general. But that great big granite outcropping acts, or I don't know if it's slate, I guess, outcropping, acts as a bit of a sluice box riffle when the whole thing is in flood up to, you know, 25 to 30 feet. Now, my idea is I don't dig right next to the obstruction. I come back a ways from the obstruction, figuring that the stuff is flowing up and over, and that there's a little bit of a momentum to carry the gravel or to carry the gold further out behind the obstruction that causes the dropout zone. Okay, gold seekers, check it out here. So you can see that we are digging along a big piece of bedrock here, and I have cleaned that area out there, and I'm tossing the rocks from up here, the big rocks, up down into there. And imagine when I do another load here and I wash this, that'll probably give me something good. I'm going to work my way back up in through here and down in that little crack area there. And let's see if we can show you what it's like when a load of material goes through the Angus MacKirk. Because I'm not bothering to classify. If there's a great big rock, I toss it out of the way. But I mean, you know, look at the size of some of the rocks we're going to be putting in here. There you have it. That's the sophisticated method of feeding the Angus MacKirk sluice. Now, I give it a moment to kind of wash through and do its, or what do you call it, fluid bed thing. And then, if I had this out in the middle of a river and it was really flowing, I wouldn't have to do anything. But what I do is I come down here and then I kind of help it along just by scraping anything that's stuck up on the top. So I clean the riffles up for the next dump. And here's what it looks like from the rocks up on top here that help to hold it in place. So that means time for a clean out. Okay, so I have carefully lifted in a level manner the Angus MacKirk out from the riverbed here, and that is what our concentrates look like in there. Well, gold seekers, you always have to dig where the gold is. That's rule number one. And make sufficient smoke offerings to the Yuba gods is always a big help. Take a look at that. Wow. This is why Parker keeps saying, we got to get sluicing, we got to get sluicing. Look, we got to get sluicing. Because I know that as long as I keep running this gravel through that Angus MacKirk sluice, I'm going to get some nice little cleanouts. I'm really surprised at how well this thing seems to be. Look at the micro pieces that are in there, some of them. You know, I mean, there's some nice sizes, but a couple nice poker flakes in there, but just look at all the tiny little stuff that the Angus MacKirk is catching. Starting to show up in the pan. I'll pan it down a little bit more and then we'll see what it looks like when we're done. Alright, and there it is. Not as lucrative as some of the other pans, but hey Adam, Old Faithful is still giving it up, and we miss you. I hope everything is going well for you back there. Hope you're getting some nuggets, New England style. And 2020 North Yuba nugget hunt is still on. It may have to be a responsibly conducted, socially distanced affair, but I have no intention of canceling it. Oh, and incidentally, Angus MacKirk and I, we're countrymen from the old country, wearers of the kilts and such. All right, Goldseekers, we are set up for another cleanup. Daylight is starting to move along on the Yuba. I don't know how many more rounds I'll be able to dig, but check out the tailings pile we have put together. This is just a big mound of nice, clean, washed gravel. If you take a look further downstream here, that's where it stops. This is all just large cobbles. It didn't make it any further than that. The Yuba over there is still crystal clear. Take a look at how beautiful we use it. Mother Yuba, you're looking good today. Oh, no pickers or pokers in that one. But look at all those little fine flakes that the Angus MacKirk sluice caught. It's just really easy digging to get them. Oh yeah, and 3 types of Angus that I like. Black Angus beef, Angus Young, guitar player for AC/DC, and the Angus MacKirk sluice. Oh yes, it's a 3 dip day in the Yuba today. That's my little just dip over there. I kind of lie flat in it, get covered up, and don't get sucked into the fast current. I've got out to do down at the sluice, and then we'll show you the goal for the day. Because I've said it before and I'll say it again, sun's starting to peek down behind the ridge there, and the daylight don't last forever on the Yuba. Alright, so there it is, the last pound of the day, and plenty of little shiny flakes. It's been a pretty darn good day so far, and I'll see if we can give you a picture of the gold before we get on out of here. Goal for the day picture. Well, Goldseekers, the sun has in fact left us. I got to get headed back up the hill, but here it is. Take a look at all those shiny flakes. That's the gold for the day. So at the start of the day, the question was, would the Angus MacKirk sluice catch fine gold? There you have it. There's your answer. The Angus MacKirk sluice did a fine job today of catching that fine gold. Until next time, this is Tim for Blue Lead Gold Productions saying aloha.